Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Iron Ridge Collective. It is 3 o'clock, and we will get started. We do have a few guests with us today, some family members, some parents. So we're so glad that you can join us live. The advantage of joining the Iron Ridge Collective Meets live is that you can ask questions. So we do have Vince from Wolf Creek Division who is going to watch the chat and let us know if there's some questions. If there's some questions that specific administrators can address with you personally, then we will pass those on if we don't have time to answer all of the questions, or if it's something that's a little bit more of a one-on-one response. For those that were in early, we got to see a little bit of the outside of the high school. And in some of the inside of the high school, the principal, Ed Coles, was walking around waving goodbye to the buses. And we're happy to see the buses are on schedule and leaving on time, or closer to on time. So that's a huge improvement. My name is Carol Jean Baptiste. I'll just be moderating for you. I'm from Iron Ridge Intermediate Campus. The order of our meeting today, the agenda is we're going to go through each school. Some weeks we will have a guest speaker. So our very first Iron Ridge Collective meet was last June, and we had Beth from the Boys and Girls Club that had come on and was sharing what was going on with the Boys and Girls Club this year. And we are so happy that they are part of our team here in Black Falls. This time around, we will just have our principals on to let you know what's going on at the beginning of the school year, how things are going. And then other months, we will have guest speakers from the community or from the school division and letting you know we never want the meeting to be more than an hour. So we want to get straight into it. We will start with Iron Ridge Elementary Campus. So go ahead to those administrators, turn on your mics and share who you are, and we'll go from there.
Good afternoon and welcome everybody to our collective. I'm Vicki Celine and I'm the principal at Iron Ridge Elementary Campus. And we've had a really good startup. We have the grade 1 to 3s coming full time now, and the kindergarten started for their normal day today. So that's good. And the pre-Ks will start next week. They're still in staggered entry, but we had a 90% turnout, or at least 90%, for Meet the Teacher on August 29th. And people brought supplies, met their teachers, toured the school a little bit, and we had a barbecue put on by our Fires organization. So that's our fundraising body. So thank you very much to them. And September 20th is a PD day, and we are going to talk about collaborative response models and try to plan our RTI for the year. The 26th is the Terry Fox run, so that will happen right at school during school time. And the 27th is our Orange Shirt Day to honor Truth and Reconciliation, because the 30th is National Day of Truth and Reconciliation, and there will be no school. So we will have a school-wide project actually for the whole school that will happen for the 27th. October 1st and 2nd, we have Picture Day coming. One day is more so for pre-K, and then the rest of the school will be on the other day, and all of that will be on the website when they sort out those details. And we're looking for volunteers to come into our school to read with kids, help in classrooms. So if you are wanting to come into the school and volunteer, please come and get your paperwork for volunteering done and ready. And we are more than happy to have you. Please talk to your child's teacher to see how you can help in the class. But if you want to help outside of the class too, you can come and see me at the office, and I will arrange for some reading with kids. And if there's any parents that are interested in forming a school council, please come and talk to me at the office, or send me an email so that we can get something up and running. And I think that's all we have.
That's fantastic. I checked to see if we had any specific questions for Vicki, not at this time. But if you do have any questions for Vicki Celine, principal at the elementary school here in Black Falls, you can put those in the chat and we will forward them to her and she can get in contact with you. Lots of exciting things. I was in her building today, and lots of excitement around the building for sure. And lots of little ones just happy to be at school. So that's fantastic. Thanks so much, Vicki. And yes, watch the website for all of that great information. All right. Next, we have Iron Ridge Intermediate Campus with Lacey Elliott.
Hi, everyone. We too have had a fantastic start. It's been so great to have kids back in the building. We had our Meet the Teacher event on September 5th, and 195 of our kids brought their families. It was hop in here all night long. We had our very favorite food truck here, the Holy Moly Mini Donuts, and that's always a treat for everybody. We had our music room open. We had a photo booth, face painting. It was an absolute blast, and our families really responded well to that. So thank you to any of you in the audience who joined us for that. It really just filled our hearts and set us off for a really positive year. We have a couple of new teachers that we've welcomed to our grade 6 team this year. We've got Mrs. Butcher and Miss McCourt. They are joining a couple of the grade 6 teachers to team teach with them. And they've been wonderful additions to our school. So if your child is in grade 6, and they happen to be in one of their classes, you can ask them all about them. They are just rays of sunshine and are doing great. Our social worker is currently on maternity leave, and so we are welcoming Emily Hageman. She is a new social worker to us for the year, and she too is doing fantastic. She's just getting kind of her caseload organized and probably has begun to reach out to a few families. So fear not, if you have not heard yet from her, you will. She's just kind of getting herself organized for the year, and do reach out to us or to her directly if you feel that your child could benefit from some time with a social worker here at the school. On September 20th, we too will be having PD Day. And the collaborative response model is I just want to elaborate on that for just a minute. Some of the feedback that we have from parents sometimes is just, how are we helping kids when they're struggling? And so the CRM model is something that is district-wide. It's a Wolf Creek thing. All schools do it. We have specific PD days that we do that on, and we meet and we talk about what we're seeing in classrooms, how kids are responding to curriculum and to learning activities, where we're seeing students struggling, and then we make a plan as teams about what we're going to do about it and how we're going to help them. As we all know, we don't have enough EAs for every student to have that one-on-one help all the time. And so at Iron Ridge Intermediate, we have a block every day that we dedicate to group interventions for all students at all levels of achievement. So students who need a lot of support and a lot of help will get that intensive support. And then we'll also have things for students who are excelling in their studies, just to push them that little bit further and closer to excellence. And so I just wanted to speak about that because I'm not sure if that's a widely known fact about our school, but every single day, every single student gets to have some additional help so that they can be the very best that they can be throughout the year. And so we will be planning our very first round of interventions. And RTI just simply stands for response to intervention. And that's just kind of one of those education acronyms that we use. And often we know as teachers what we're talking about, but I just wanted to bring that to the attention of our parent community so that you also know what we're talking about when you see that RTI block on our timetable and what we're using it for. As always, if you have any questions about that, please reach out to your child's teacher or to myself or to Carol Jean-Baptiste, our assistant principal. We are going to have our Terry Fox run this year on September the 19th during the school day. We're going to have an assembly and do our run, and I think there might be some freezies involved for all of the kids. So really looking forward to that event here coming up. And we are looking forward to this collective as a place for us to get information out to parents this year. But if you have a burning desire to be part of a more formal council and take on projects that are specific to our school, we would absolutely invite you to reach out. We'd be very happy to form a formal council specific to our school, but know that you can get all of the information that you need about what we're doing and what's going on at IRIC at these meetings throughout the year. So I believe that is it for me today. If there's any questions, you can pop those in the chat and I'd be happy to answer them.
Awesome. Thank you. And yeah, you can post your questions in the chat. We do have a little Q&A section. I'm not sure how it looks on your end, but there's a little shapes corner with a triangle, square, circle. And for me, that's where the Q&A is. But you can always pop any questions in the chat and we'll be watching those. So thank you. All right, junior high. We're off to junior high with Mrs. Nicole Rollingson.
Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm really excited about this new Iron Ridge Collective and a chance to just informally have parents connect with our schools, especially if you have kids in multiple schools. I apologize, when I did my slide, I forgot to add my new assistant principal, Taylor Armstrong, who's here beside me. So parents that have been in our school in the past, probably very familiar with Mr. Armstrong. So yes, thank you for organizing this. And I hope the parents that are with us, I know there's just a handful. Hopefully you will tell your friends and bring a friend along next time. It's pretty limited commitment. Coming virtually to a meeting, it's just a quick and easy way to get a lot of information and feel like you're staying informed and ask some questions. So if you're here tonight, we appreciate you taking the time, and bring a friend next time. So I want to echo what the elementary and the intermediate have said. We've had just a really awesome startup this year. Very similar numbers. We had over 90% of our students and their families join us for our open house. It's become quite a big annual event with a lot of community partners that we have on hand here to talk with families and just different supports and agencies that are part of our community that parents might not be aware of, and supports that they might want to access throughout the year for their families or their students in our school. Big, huge thank you to Blackfeld's IGA for the donation of hot dogs so we could feed everybody that night, and Sangel for the barbecue that night. Also, we're, I think, really a lot of momentum right now and excitement over our school getting a little smaller this year and just becoming a 7-8 building. And so our staff are really excited about the new possibilities of really just focusing on those age groups, and just looking at different ways of promoting student leadership, building our school community and pride, really celebrating our great students and that student recognition, and then any potential special events that maybe will be new to us this year. And so we've, as a team, just kind of decided to take the box off of our thinking and just explore any kind of new possibilities this year as we kind of learn what it is to be a 7-8 school. And junior high, as we all know, is maybe not the easiest time. And so we're really motivated this year to see how we can get students engaged and excited about being here. And one of those things that we're doing new, we've had a lot of feedback over the last few years with our parent and student surveys, telling us that maybe we weren't hitting the mark with our options, which is obviously one of the big changes when kids come to junior high. And so this year, we are actually doubling the amount of options that students will be part of. In the past, we offer 4 quarters of options and 1 option per quarter. That would equal to 4 different options by the end of the year. And so this year we have nearly daily options, which means we're doubling. Each quarter, students will take 2 different options. And so by the end of the year, they will have experienced 8 different options. And the reason why I say nearly daily is because with our 5-day rotation, our 5th day in our rotation is actually an opportunity for our kids to be in their home rooms with their homeroom teacher, to continue to build and foster that community and to work on some projects together. And that was based on some staff feedback last year that our teachers just felt like they weren't connecting enough with their homeroom groups. And so hopefully this will help to give a little bit more time set aside for our teachers and our students to have some time to bond together, but also hopefully do some good for our school community and our community beyond as well. The other thing I just wanted to bring up for any of the parents that might have kids in our school or you're hearing, we do have an unexpected increase in our enrollment. So our class sizes are sitting quite large right now, from 30 to 32. And so we are looking at creative ways of addressing this and trying to take some of that pressure off. One of the new things that we are building, it's kind of like the analogy of when a plane is in flight and we're building it, is our new student support room. And so creating a space where students can go either one-on-one or with a small group to get some additional support, especially with their literacy and numeracy. And so we're hoping that this might help take off some of the pressure in the regular classrooms or in the homeroom classrooms, that they can go and get a little bit more of that small group or one-on-one support. So that's something that we are currently building and experimenting with the small team of EAs that we have. Of course, the start of school in junior high means we are getting ready to roll with a lot of extracurricular sports and after-school clubs. So right out of the gate, we have started this week with our golf, cross country, and volleyball tryouts. And so we were pretty impressed to see the grade 7s rolling in here with all their clubs. Usually we have maybe a half dozen kids across the board who like to join in our golf. I think we have almost a volleyball team worth of kids joining in golf in grade 7. So that is awesome to see that interest and kids being active. Just to tie into that on the slide there, I think I didn't put it in time, but we are looking for volunteer volleyball coaches. So if anybody out there knows of somebody who would be willing to come in and volunteer some time to work with our kids and build our volleyball program, please just call the office and we'd be happy to talk with you more about that. Like the other schools, we have pictures coming up next week. So ours are on the 17th. So make sure your kids are looking good on that day. After that, on the 19th, we will be doing our annual Terry Fox run. And so if you've been around the high school and our campus lately, you know that it is impossible to get around the construction without a lot of detours. So we came up with a creative solution in order to still have a great event and also create a great school community opportunities. We're taking our school on the 19th to do our Terry Fox run around Heritage Ranch and Bower Pond. So this is a whole school field trip. It is in support of the Terry Fox run, and hopefully it'll create some excitement for kids to get a field trip in September, which is not fairly typical. And just so you know as well, we are doing this because of the construction. And so we actually went to the companies that are involved in the construction of the road, and we asked them to help us build some excitement by maybe making some donation of some raffle prizes to motivate kids to want to bring in as much money as possible. And on Friday, we found out that between all the different companies that are involved in the road construction, they now have a competition amongst them who's going to donate the best prize and bring in the most money. So stay tuned for more on that one. We're pretty excited. So great creative idea to kind of solve a problem and then also hopefully generate a lot of money for Terry Fox. One other thing I wanted to just touch on, and our new Iron Ridge Collective that we're all together here tonight or today is an example of this, but we just have a really strong belief that it does take a community to raise our kids. And so having those really positive community partnerships with each other and also with our neighbors that are in our area is very important to us. And especially when we've got, the age group of the kids that we have who are roaming the neighborhood, especially during their lunch breaks. And so last week we had an opportunity to meet with our protective services team and our local RCMP, including our school resource officer, Constable Jeff Hewitt. And we just met between the new high school and our junior high with those folks, just to talk about making sure that we continue to have that strong partnership with them, so that when we need their help or when they need our help, that we can count on each other. Sometimes things don't always go right, and so we need to make sure that we have that open lines of communication, and also at the same time supporting our local businesses, including the Abbey Center, the Pizza Hut and daycare, and the Max that's right near us. And we know that our kids between the junior and senior campus frequent those places often during the school day or after school. And so it's really important to us that we're involved and we're present so that they feel that they can come to us if things go wrong, and that we can also be there to help them solve if there are things that are going on. So just really happy about that. And again, this collective is just another example of that commitment to community in every sense. And my last note was we have a revamped handbook this year. So if anybody is looking at or wondering how things work, or if there's any information you're looking for, please use our handbook on our website. And if you ever have any questions, you can give Taylor or I a call. So that's all I have to say. Thanks for joining.
Thanks so much, Nicole. That's fantastic. Lots of excitement. I love the idea of getting the cause of the traffic involved in generating excitement. So I can't wait to hear what the prizes and how much money and how that all went. So for all of those that have joined us, if you have any questions for any of the principals, you can put them in the chat, or there's a Q&A section, and I'll be happy to pass along. We can answer some of them live, or pass along your information for the administrator to reach out. So awesome. Thank you so much, Nicole, and I'm excited for the junior high. And now off to our brand new shiny campus. All of the administrators had the chance to visit the school, and then all of the staff in all 4 schools had the chance to visit the school. So Ed Coles has been, and Kaylee Bowie have been hosting lots of people, but now they're finally into the business of school instead of hosting events. And we're glad that they're with us. And all 4 schools, it just made sense to have one meeting for parents to get all the information. So we're so thankful to do this, but take it away, Ed.
Yeah, thanks, Carol. School is up and running. We're quite excited. We have about 300 students so far, and we have 60 of those kids in InReach. InReach has been very popular. It's our alternative learning program. So we are full. We will be taking more applications for second semester, but as of right now, we have Mr. McLaren hopping in there and getting everything ready for students as they started school this week. We started the school year with a celebration of our new mural that was brought to us by the Blackfalds Historical Society. And so we had elders in on the first day. We had some of the artists that worked on the project, and Mr. Druck was here to kick off the first day of school with all of our students. And now I'll let Kaylee take over for the rest.
Thanks, Ed. Yeah, I'll jump in here. I am Kaylee Bowie. I'm the assistant principal at IRSC. I'm very excited to be part of the Iron Ridge school community. And we're already getting geared up here for our fall sports, of course. So we have girls volleyball tryouts happening tomorrow and our first cross-country running practice. We also have a variety of different clubs that are getting going here. So we have Mrs. LaPointe and Mr. Verma that are going to be heading our student leadership. And I believe their first meeting is tomorrow. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, we have a very popular Dungeons and Dragons club that is going to be getting going here as well. So lots of exciting things the kids have been asking. And we're like, let's just try and get everything figured out, make sure everyone knows where they're supposed to be going and what their timetables are. So the clubs and the sports are happening this week. Coming up as well, we have our grand opening event this Thursday. Doors will open to the public at 1 o'clock. The ceremony is going to start in the gym at 1:30. Domino's has very generously sponsored us for this event. They are providing 50 pizzas for lunch for all of our students. So thank you very much to Domino's. The ceremony is going to feature a number of different speakers, including ministers from the government, and a ribbon cutting ceremony before we have cake, and I believe cupcakes afterwards, unless, Ed, that was changed to donuts. I'm not sure. Cupcakes? Okay. The public is welcome to attend, and we have student volunteers from my leadership class that are going to be providing tours of the building to anyone who's interested when the ceremony has finished. So we can get everybody in here to come check out this beautiful building. And lastly, our Terry Fox Run is planned for the morning of September 24th, and you can expect to see some different fundraising events happening next week in anticipation of that. And I think that's it for us. So thank you very much.
Oh, that's fantastic. I guess all of the celebrations and the hosting are not quite done yet, but that's awesome. The community, if you want to go check out the school, that's your opportunity. Thursday, September 12 at 1:30 or beginning at 1:30. Go check it out. It's a wonderful building. They're so lucky. We're super jealous. It was kind of a good thing, bad thing that we brought all our staff to go check it out. And we got lots of comments about the wonderful spaces that you have. A little bit of jealousy, I think, as well. So as I check through, there aren't any questions at this time. I do want to remind people that we are going to be meeting monthly. It's the first Tuesday of every month is what we're aiming for. We want to make sure the meetings are no longer than an hour. And so far, we've been keeping them to half an hour. Today, we don't have a special guest, so another presenter, but it looks like they're rounding out to be about 45 minutes. We welcome any questions that you want to ask and have answered privately, or ask live and have us answer. No one brought this up except that I did mention at the beginning, we are getting better at the busing. We knew it was going to have some growing pains. We thank the community for their patience. We got lots and lots of calls the first couple of days, but everybody got to where they needed to be and got transferred. And thank you to all of the schools that deal with So over here at the intermediate, we don't deal with any transfers. We just get them on the bus, and the elementary and the junior high and the high school have to sort out where all these small children are going. But thank you to transportation at Wolf Creek for helping us sort that out. They have not taken a day off in the whole summer getting this ready for us. So the busing is getting sorted. All of the schools and the students are getting settled in. Lots of excitement here in this community, in the community of Black Falls. So if anybody has anything else to add, just wave me down. Otherwise, we thank you for joining us. This is a recorded session and will be shared, and I will chat with each of the administrators about how they want to post this on their websites. I've created a button where I will be posting them. So I'm happy to share that with each of you so that we can have lots of viewers in the weeks to come. And again, please visit our websites and reach out to any administrator if you want some direct contact. Thanks so much for joining the Iron Ridge Collective today. Bye-bye.